Assalamu alaikum. I am Hunaina Basir, your science teacher. I hope you all are fine and happy. We have started online classes for you. Inshallah, it will be beneficial for you. Your cooperation is highly required. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Today I will start our new lesson, Lesson 2, Life Cycle of a Plant. In this phrase, we have two important words. First is life cycle and second is plant. So what is a life cycle? Life cycle refers to the stages of life. And what is plant? A plant is a living body that has root, stem and leaves. First I will do reading and then I will do explanation. The life cycle of a plant is very interesting. The life cycle shows how a plant grows, changes, and makes new plants. For example, a maize plant goes through various stages of its life cycle to grow into an adult plant. Explanation. So, it means that life cycle is a process, and it is a process that goes step by step. What happens in the process of a life cycle, that in this process plants grow, change and turn into a new plant. It means there are certain steps. Yes, there are 4 steps in the life cycle of a plant. First one is seed, second is seedling, third is a young plant and the last one is adult plant. So, we will take the example of a maize plant and see how it goes through different stages of its life. Maize means corn. Seed. Reading. Seeds are very small in size. New plants begin life from a seed. The right conditions turn a seed into a small seedling. This is called germination. It is interesting how a seed turns into a plant. Explanation. Seed is the first and the most important step in the life cycle of a plant. Where is the seed present? Seed is present in the fruit. If you see a strawberry, it has seed outside. If you see banana, apples, pineapple, mangoes, all of the fruits have their seeds. Why? Because seeds is the first step from which plant starts growing. Seeds are of different sizes and of different shapes. Now, what does a seed need to grow? Seed needs right condition to grow. And what is this right condition? Means seed needs proper water, proper and accurate temperature and a good soil. So then it will be grow. The seed is very important step and it turns into a seedling. What is the seedling? Seedling is the young plant. And the process in which that seed turns into a young plant is called germination. Seedling. Reading. When we grow a seed, the root is the very first part that comes out of the seed. The shoot is followed by roots. It grows above the ground. It turns into a stem, then branches, leaves and flowers develop, while the roots remain within the soil. Explanation. So, the seedling is the second step in the life cycle of a plant. Seedling comes out of a seed. After this, different parts start developing. The first part that arises from a seedling is root. Roots start developing under the soil. The second part that starts arising is shoot. What is shoot? Shoot is the part of the seed that grows above the ground. It later on becomes stem. So we have now two parts of the seed. First is root that grows downwards in the soil, and the another one is shoot that grows upwards in the soil. Shoots later become a stem. Then this shoot pass on and start converting into a branch, then pass it on leaves and flowers develop. A young plant. Reading, a new plant develops many leaves to make its own food. Leaves make food in sunlight. A plant needs air, water, and space to grow. Explanation. So the third step in the life cycle of a plant is the young plant. As the root arises, shoot arises, leaves and flowers develop. So in this young plant, we have so many leaves. And what is the function of the leaves? Leaves are very important for the plants because they make food for the plant. As these all parts arises, now plants needs different things to survive, which we have already studied in the last unit. The plant need water, air and space for its survival. Reading. After some time, flowers grow on the plant. Flowers start to make seeds by pollination. Fruit. Once the seeds are formed, petals fall off. The pistil becomes big and changes into a fruit. The seeds are enclosed in the fruit. Explanation. So, after the young plant is developed, it changes into an adult plant. Now, what is the adult plant? Adult plant is the plant which has flowers and fruits. The flowers in the adult plant starts forming the seeds. They formed the seeds by the process of pollination. Now, what happened in the pollination? As I have told you earlier, that in the process of pollination, two parts of the flowers are involved. First is stamen and the second is pistil. What happens in the process of pollination that the powder called pollen in the stamen falls onto the pistil. As a result, the seeds are formed. These seeds are formed and the petals start falling off. Petal is the part of the flower. Then the pistil starts increasing in the size and turns into a fruit. What about the seeds? These seeds are enclosed in the fruit. Reproduction of seed. Reading. Seeds from fruits disperse and return into the soil and the life cycle starts again. Explanation. What is the meaning of reproduction? Reproduction is the combination of two words, re and production. Re means again. Production means making or manufacture. So, how a seed will reproduce? As you know, seed is enclosed in the fruit. So, when we eat that fruit, we will leave the seeds. When these seeds again go back to the soil, what happens? The process of life cycle of a plant starts again. Now, how can these seed goes back into the soil? They will go back by the process of dispersal. Dispersal means spreading or moving in a wide area. How seeds disperse? Let's look at the different ways seeds are dispersed. The meaning of disperse is distribution or spreading in a wide area. There are different ways in which seeds are dispersed. Seeds can be spread in the different ways. The first one is seed dispersal through birds and animals. Reading. Seeds are dispersed through birds animals and insects. Some birds and insects carry seeds from one place to another. Many animals also help in seed dispersal. Seeds stick to the animal's fur and are then carried to other places. Explanation. So it means that seeds are spread through various birds, animals, and insects, such as parrots or any other bird, sparrow. They will sit on the flower or a plant, and what happen? They carry the seed with themselves, and then they spread this seed in the environment. Insects such as ants or honeybee, as honeybee take its food from the flower, some seeds attach to its body, and when it moves, these seeds will also move with it. Ants also take the seeds within their mouth and move them from one place to another. Animals such as cows, buffaloes, sheep, which have furs, these seeds stick to their skin, and when these animals move, they take these seeds with themselves, and in this way all the seeds are spread in the environment. Seed dispersal through water. Reading. Seeds can also be dispersed through oceans or rivers. Seeds of plants that grow near water fall into water and are carried away by the water current. Explanation. This is another way in which seeds are dispersed. What happens that trees near the sea, river, or oceans falls their seed into the water. It may be by the birds or by the wind. When the seeds fall into the water, what happens? They move with the flow of the water. They move with the water current. And then in this way, seeds are spread in our environment. Seed dispersal through wind. Reading. When the wind blows hard, it disperses seed from one place to another. Explanation. It is the way in which seeds can be dispersed. We have different types of wind. It can be moving, it can be still, such as air. It can be very hard, such as a storm. It can be very slow, like a gale. We have different types of wind. So what these winds do, these winds are very important in the dispersal or distribution of the seeds. They move the seeds from one place to another. So in this way, the seeds are dispersed in the environment.